Hey there, I'm Stu Gray. This is the Stupendous Marriage Podcast. Today we're talking about fishing in your marriage. No, not really fishing in your marriage. It's actually the fish philosophy. And if you're in business or leadership, you may have heard about this philosophy. It's a book that came out, a long time ago, but it really stuck with me, and I've carried it along, the principles of the fish philosophy, and I like applying them to my marriage. They're really great. So the fish philosophy came about from John Christensen. He was a filmmaker. He went to Seattle, and he stumbled on the Pike Place fish market, and it was alive and fun, and they're throwing fish back and forth, and they're doing all these different types of fish orders, and he just studied it and paid attention and made a film about it. And then they ended up writing a book about it because it's a business and it was super successful. It would always draw a crowd. People loved it. And so they pulled out these 4 principles from this crazy cool business in Seattle. The 4 principles are play, make their day, choose your attitude, and be there. And they're good in business, but man, they're really good for your marriage too. So playing in your marriage, it's so easy to just take things super seriously, right? Things just hit you and you feel like you're carrying things around. Just life gets heavy. And yeah, there are heavy things in life, but we try to lighten it up, Lisa and I, a little bit. We pay attention to what we put into our minds and our brains. We try to limit a lot of the news. We don't need to carry any of that extra stuff around. We get so many news sources today anyway. Gosh. Yeah, but we'll get to not staying on your phone in just a couple minutes. But man, we play. I think one of the best examples of us playing together as a husband and wife and as a family, we actually do Halloween family costumes. That may not be your thing. I totally get that. But Lisa's birthday is actually November 1st. And so she is always dressed up and had her birthday on Halloween. So when we started dating and I was working in radio, we would just start dressing up for Halloween. And we've always done fun like Disney characters or not scary type of things. We don't get into all that sort of stuff. But as a family, we have played together in that way. And it makes great memories too. We find reasons to enjoy and celebrate one another. We celebrate little things. We celebrate big things. We're participators in our son's life as he's grown up through elementary school and middle school and high school. We go to the shows. We're part of the shows. We go to his hockey games. We yell and scream. We hosted his line dancing homeschool group. Man, I don't know how Lisa got us into that one, but she volunteered us to lead the line dances literally back in October. I don't think I've hurt so bad in my life. I had to wear cowboy boots. Okay, that's a whole other story. But playing is a big thing in our marriage. Principle number 2 is make their day. Do you compliment your spouse? I remember hearing this story. This guy and this gal got married, and on their wedding day, he said to her, "Babe, I love you more than anything else." Well, years went by. He never said it again. And the wife's like, "Does he even love me?" And she asked him, and he's like, "Well, of course, I said it to you on our wedding day. You should just assume that I love you." It doesn't work that way. You have to keep loving your spouse, and you need to say it out loud. Say it to them, that you love them, that you appreciate them, the things that they do, the way they love you well. Another way to make their day, help out around the house. Take up little chores. There are not man chores and woman chores around the house. It's just stuff that has to get done. Don't be all stodgy about, I have to do this and she has to do that, or she gets to do this and I get to do that. No, just get it all done. If you see something that needs to be done, make their day and just do the thing, right? Here's something else that made my day. Lisa, when she would go to the store, she would just randomly bring in little gifts for me. "Oh, honey, I bought you a gift." And it just would be some quirky little thing. "Oh, it made me think of you, so I just bought it." Or she'd bring me a candy bar, or she'd bring me a Diet Dr. Pepper because I like drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. And it made my day. You can do little gifts like that just to let your spouse know that you're thinking about them during the day. The next one, be there. Okay, talked about phones a little bit earlier. Man, it is so easy to get distracted in our world. We have so many messages coming to us from so many different places. Put your phone down, close the computer, Take some time, spend with your spouse. You don't have to be constantly connected. Man, I've noticed this in our marriage. We're just sitting on the couch and both of us are on the phone. The TV is on. My son is on the computer behind us. I'm like, wow, this is just not good, right? Thankfully, at dinner time, we do put the phones down. We do put them away. We do have conversation. But man, we keep them close enough so if it goes off, bzz, and we're like back on our phone. It's really sad. So the phone thing is not something we have completely figured out, but we're doing better and we're trying to be intentional. And specifically, Lisa and I are trying to take time every day to reconnect, to be there for each other, to listen, to hear what's going on emotionally and spiritually and physically with one another and reconnect. We have to be there for our spouses. The last one, choose your attitude. Whew, your spouse can feel your crappy attitude. I mean, they can, okay? If you've been in a relationship any amount of time, you know that you carry in a vibe and your spouse can feel that, right? You can pretend like everything's fine, but you can feel the cold air as the person walks in the room. I'm not saying my wife does that at all. No, I'd never say that. But you can feel the temperature change, right? When somebody has a bad attitude or they're feeling sad or they're not feeling well, and you carry that with you. So you have to choose intentionally your attitude, and you can't always be happy-go-lucky. I'm going to smile all the time. I'm not talking about pretending, but even when you feel bad, you can use good words. You can use kind words. Man, I feel bad right now, but I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to scream at you. When you're choosing your attitude, it plays out in how you communicate and how you behave. It makes a real difference in your marriage. So that's the fish philosophy in a nutshell. Play, make their day, choose your attitude, and be there. Again, those 4 things have stuck with me for years, and I just think they're really helpful. Try them out in your marriage, see what you think. Hey, follow me on Twitter. I'm talking about marriage stuff all the time there at Stu Gray. I'll talk to you next time.